Alright, HearthStone. Hunters, paladins, mages, cards. It's complicated, but let's play it. Alright, good afternoon, people. Happy New Year. We're bringing you guys a different video here on another game. This is HearthStone. Starting a new season. For those of you guys who haven't heard of it, it's probably, I'd say was the top game of 2014 in a lot of people's eyes, because it's extremely addictive, and that's what Blizzard does too, is they put out games that you just rot in your basement and play until your eyeballs fall out of your head. Not that I've done that or anything. Anyway, I am no pro or even very good at this game. I think I ended 2014 at a rank 17, 18, so not very good. But nonetheless, I wanted to bring you guys this video to show you the heroes. We'll do a deck build and we'll do a match, and you guys can definitely comment on how crappy my deck is, how good my deck is, why I didn't put this card, whichever you want. But to generalize, it's just an overview, and yeah, let's get into it here. So we have three types. Solo adventures play, which is ranked or casual. We play ranked. We've had to reset, so I'm just starting over again. Arena, which allows you to, for each player to randomly build decks based on the cards that the game selects for you, or gives you the option of selecting. And let's go into my collection. And let's just get rid of this because we're gonna do a new deck. So we're gonna build a new deck, and we basically have three here, or three. See, I've been in my basement rotting for too long. We have 9 classes to choose from, heroes basically. Warrior, Paladin, Hunter, Warlock, Mage, Priest, Druid, Rogue. I think we're gonna go ahead and make a Hunter deck. I just picked that because it's kind of a hero that I'm just getting into really playing, and I enjoy playing with a Hunter. But you know, we'll see. We'll make a deck and we'll play it and we'll see what happens. So basically, you have two tabs. You have your Hunter-related cards that are basically for that class and that class only, and then you have your neutral cards that are basically for can be used for any of the classes. So let's do this. Okay. So first card we want to take, I'm going to take this 0 mana. This is the Hunter mark, and basically change a minion's health to 1. So this is, for me, this is kind of a later on in the game, kind of pull this out of your, out of nowhere, and take one of his big minions down. Okay. Now, speaking of that, you guys will notice these numbers above these crystals. So basically how the game works is for every turn, you're given another crystal. So you can only play cards based on the turn or the amount. So as the game progresses, the more mana crystals you get every turn allows you to play more cards or higher ranked cards. Okay, next, very important, is tracking. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose one. So this allows you to pick 3 cards. So we're going to take 2 of those. Timberwolf's a good one. Your other beasts get 1 attack, which is nice if you have a lot of minions on the board, but they do have to be beasts. So we're going to take, let's just take 1 of those for right now, and I'll show you guys. Normally I would take probably 2 of those. Explosive Trap. This is kind of nice to have when your opponent attacks you directly, and you basically can wipe the board with this if you have low-level minions. Let's take that. We'll throw a weapon in there just because. Battlecry, give a random friendly one attack. So when you equip this weapon, you give one of your minions a extra attack. Okay. Unleash the Hounds is probably one of the better hunter cards, because if your opponent has multiple minions on the board, you can throw this card out and it'll duplicate one for one hound per card that they have in the deck. So if they have 4, you'll gain 4, and they have charge, so you can attack immediately. Now, excuse me, going back to Timberwolf, you can throw that card out in a combination and add and buff these hounds and get more attack value out of them. So let's throw those out. Animal Companion is nice to have. You'll get a random beast, whether it be charge, whether it has taunt, whether it has a buff. Houndmaster, give a friendly beast 2/2 and taunt. We'll throw one of those into the deck. Deal 3 damage to a minion and the enemy hero. So I don't get a lot of use out of this card, but we'll throw it in the deck anyway, because it could be something clutch near the end of the game that could get us out of a pickle. We'll throw it in there. Now, for some more high level cards, King Crush for me is a must. This is an 8 damage, 8 health with charge. So if you're near the end of the game and you're about to take out your opponent, he's got little health left. You can hammer him with this, fire your bow into him, and if you're no, you can't, because that would be more than that. But anyway, you can throw this out there and knock him out. It's helped me a couple times, so we're gonna pick that card. Tundra Rhino is nice to have because he'll give your other cards charge. And I like to summon a Savannah Highmane there. He does have 6 damage, and if he does get killed, he'll fire out 2 2x2 hyenas, which can help you in the next round. Explosive Shot, deal 5 damage to a minion and 2 to the adjacent. This is also a nice card to have because you can wipe the board with this card. We're going to throw that out. Alright, some of our neutral cards. So we want to try and get some buff cards and kind of get our curves so that we have some lower end cards that we can and some taunt cards and whatnot that we can basically help with our some of our other characters on the board here. Give a minion 2 attack this turn. Yeah, no. Divine Shield. We're gonna carry on. Elven Archer, deal 1 damage right off the bat. It's a 1 and a 1, costs 1. I'm gonna take one of those. I like some Death Rattle cards. This one, Leper Moan, you throw him out, he's gonna automatically, when he gets killed, deal 2 damage to your hero, so we'll throw him in there. Annoyatron, I like having that because he's got Taunt and Divine Shield, so basically 2 minions have to attack him to basically take him out. So let's throw one of those in there. Now keep in mind, guys, I'm throwing some of these cards to kind of give you guys a show of what you can pick. Sometimes I like to take 2 of them. Greater odds of it turning up in your deck, and they're kind of nice to have. Echoing Ooze is kind of nice to have. It's a low costing card, and it basically produces 2. So as soon as you summon this minion and you end your turn, he will duplicate himself. So if you can buff this guy, you potentially get a powerful next turn. I'll throw one of those out. This one's a good one to have. Adjacent minions have +1 attack. We'll throw that out. Alright, Knife Juggler for me is always a must, because for every minion that you throw out after this card is on the board, he will throw a knife. So there's a good little combination when you can throw out Unleash the Hounds with this card, then he'll throw a knife for every hound that you put on the board. So it could potentially deal, you know, anywhere from 2 to 5 damage without actually having to play these cards. So let's throw one of those in. Haunted Creeper, this is nice. Another low mana card that has a death rattle, so once he's dead, 2 more spiders will show up. So let's throw a couple of those in our hand. Alright. As you can see, that we've got the new expansion Goblins versus Gnomes, so we've got a lot of mechs. We're not going to use a lot of mechs in this Hunter deck because we're trying to base it around buffing our beasts and stuff. Let's see here. Let's try and get some of our more higher level cards. So Deathlord, I tend to put him in my deck because he does have taunt, and he's got 8 health. The only downside is that when he does get killed off, he does throw a card onto the board of your opponents, and sometimes that can not help you very much. So we're just going to leave that card alone for now. Death Rattles are always nice to have. Harvest Gloam is a good card. It's a 3 mana, he's a 2 damage, and once he's killed off, he throws up another golem. So we'll throw one of those in there, just because I always have one in my deck. Little Exorcist is kind of nice. Taunt, Battle Cry. So in you get a 1-for-1 for every Death Rattle minion that you have. So if by chance one of these is on the board, you get a little extra. Oh. Raid Leader, very important card. Your other minions get 1 attack. Pretty straightforward. He's a 2-for-2, he costs 3, so he can be used later on if you decide you've got, you know, 8 to 10 crystals. You're maybe trying to take board control. You throw up a couple minions. You throw him in the mix. You buff all those characters. And you have potential to do a lot of damage. So throw him in. Let's get some higher level cards here. Jeeves is always a good card to have if you tend to run out of cards like I do later on in the game. He can kind of help you out, but he does provide your opponent with additional cards as well. But we'll throw him in the deck. Anytime you can get a draw a card it's always nice, because you want to try and use up as much of these cards as you can in any situation. Because I mean, you could be out of the match and not have drawn 10 cards, right? So anytime you can draw a card, it's good. So we're going to take Cult Master here. All right, we got 1 more card to pick. So let's take something. There's a lot. We could do a taunt, another taunt card with Death Rattle. Does 2 damage to all characters. Could wipe the board again, which is a 5. We could probably take one of those. Let's do that. Let's take Abomination. Nonetheless, so you can see there's a ton of cards to pick through here. We've got some rare cards. We have some legendaries. And that's the toughest part about building a deck, is that you do tend to have a ton to choose from. But keep in mind, a lot of these cards came from packs. He's nice to have, actually. Let's throw him in our deck. What do we want to give up? Let's give up Cobra Shot. This guy here, if you can get out into a match and kill off throw him on the board, Any other minion you use and kill, he'll revive. So if you have an opponent who can't get him out of the game and guns for your other minions, when that turn is over, they all come back to life. This card has burnt me more times than I can imagine. Alright. Okay, so that's it. We built that deck. Let's we'll call it again the U-Tune deck. Can't spell. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Let's get into a match and see how he fares. Maybe we'll suck, maybe we won't. I'll try and talk my way through this.
Rexa versus Jaina.
The best I can.
You asked for it.
Alright, we're up against a mage, so she's generally gonna freeze us and burn us and do all kinds of different shite. So right off the bat, we're going second, so we get to keep or switch any of these cards. So we're gonna keep that. We're definitely keeping that. We're gonna keep that. Give our friendly beast. Let's just switch that card out, because just to show you guys, you can't replace cards. Oh, there we go. We got that out of the back. So it's kind of a nice card to have in the pocket. So she's ended her turn because she can't throw anything up. So we could use our coin and throw... Let's do that. That gives us a Divine Shield and Taunt. So anything she throws out there has to hit that minion first before targeting my hero. Just like that. Boom. Now it should be my turn. No. So next we're gonna take. Let's keep throwing minions on the board, and then we'll smack her. That's it. Next turn. So now we've got 2 minions out. She's got none. She might be able to wipe these out. Who knows? Let's launch the rocket. Oh. What? So far so good. She hasn't been able to do anything, so she's just giving me, or she's waiting for a higher level mana card to really do some damage. So we have 2 options right now that are a couple options. We could throw out this taunt, 1 for 1 for each that have death rattle, which we have 1 right there. So let's do that. Let's take advantage of that.
The light compels you.
And bang, bang. Oh, each enemy death rattle. See, it doesn't do us anything.
My eyes are open.
All right, it would have been nice to have that card earlier, but nonetheless, we can throw out the Harvest Golem, or we can throw out the Knife Juggler. So let's throw him out.
Put this apple on your head.
Now, let's do this. We got a knife. There we go. That worked out perfect. We used our death rattle, and we got 2 knives out of him.
Out.
And we still have 2 mana crystals, so we're gonna fire a steady shot. So we're already looking good.
I move quickly.
Doesn't seem like the other opponent is there. Maybe they went to the bathroom. Easy win for us. And we just made a whatever that is. Let's Oh, that was me. See, I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping. I didn't hit my button.
I wonder.
So very important to hit that button. It's gonna transfer me into a sheep. Good card. Your other minions have one attack. This is very nice to have right now. We have to throw that out because we got... Look at this.
Handle it!
Boom! Doubled everything up. Right? And we have this. So we're just gonna... We're going right for the throat. I'm taking that hero right out. Alright, so we're really looking really good. We have 6 minions on the board to our opponent's 1. We've been able to buff all those characters. And she does that. Okay. Which is fine. Alright, so we can do a couple things here. We can throw this guy out. We can throw this guy out. Or we can throw this guy out. So, since we're frozen anyway, we're going to have to wait another turn. I'm going to throw this badass out. There we go. She may freeze us again, because she potentially could have 2 of those cards, if not more, in her deck. Oh, not good. Not good at all. Flame Strike just annihilated our board. But we're still okay, because we still have these 2 players. And we have 7 crystals, and we still have some low level. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna hope for a charge, which we got. So we got 8. So we're looking good, and we have a taunt. So unless she could pull something out of her yin yang, we're pretty much gonna have this game beat. Okay. Not what we wanted. Best thing that could happen right now, just for safety reason, is that we draw a King Crush, and then we finish the game on our 9th turn. So 1 more turn after this. Because I don't think there's much that the opponent can do to take my character out in 2 turns. I mean, it's... Yeah. So she figured out that she can't best me, so we won. We took that down, basically. So the deck that I put together was okay. As you guys could see, that I buffed a lot of the cards, was able to gain some kills out of it. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There was a couple slip-ups in there with some of the commentary with some of the cards, but you guys get the gist of it, and if you guys enjoyed this, I'll make some more, and yeah, stick around. Thanks guys for checking out the channel. If you liked it, check out some of the other videos that we got going on, and please subscribe. Any comment, feedback that you guys have is greatly appreciated, so stick around.